Okay, here we have the Nissan Micra. By popular request, may I add. What I'm going to start with this car is 0 to 60. I just hope that we can get to 60 in time before the road ends. But we will have to wait and see. Okay, while I'm waiting for the road to clear, first thing I'm going to pick up on is the instrument cluster here is completely obstructed by the steering wheel. I can't see anything at all. Now sometimes it is obstructed on cars, but this is completely obstructed. I can't see anything at all. Now okay, I can move the steering wheel, but doesn't that sort of like mean I'm going to be driving in a position that I'm not comfortable in? That is a very poor design, and I'm really quite surprised at this end. Center console here, very basic. You can definitely operate that while you're driving without taking your eyes off the road. 0 to 60. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh shit. Okay, steering on this car is terrible, which surprises me because being a short wheelbase car I thought it would be really good, but it's not. There's a terrible lag there, terrible lag, and also the car rolls around like a little noddy vehicle. You would not want to be doing an emergency swerve in this vehicle any more than 25 miles an hour. Take my word for it, it's a death trap. This is a car designed for nipping around the back streets of a town. You do not want to be taking this car on a motorway, and you don't want to be nipping down the road at 70 miles an hour with this thing. You're going to have to do a swerve in this car. Believe me, the car is going to go over. Now the steering, I don't know why it's so wrong, because this car hasn't even done 50,000 miles, but I can move the steering wheel that much before the car even reacts. The brakes are awful too. You can feel the car, alright, it stops, but basically what's happening is the brake's not working in synchronization and it's pulling all over the place. Look, at the end of the day, this is a Nissan Micra, and it's easy to become biased in a review on the car, but I'm really telling you how it is with this car, and everything on this car is absolutely awful. The rear view vision isn't. The rear view vision is fantastic. I can see absolutely everything out the back window, and I can't even see the headrest, so they're not obstructing anything at all. Now I'm coming onto a motorway. I'm doing 65 miles an hour. I nearly had to break my neck to see that speedo, by the way. I'm in top gear, which is 5th, and the car's doing 3,000 revs. So look, it's plodding along quite nicely. But if we give it a bit of a wiggle test, oh my god, the car not only rolls, it sort of snakes like this. It's very peculiar. The wing mirrors aren't that bad actually. They're quite long and quite large for a small car, and I must admit you can see what's going on. So one plus sign about this vehicle is the vision's very good, but it's not a safe car. The brakes are crap, the steering's crap. I'm surrounded by this metal and I feel very vulnerable driving it. It is a small car and there's no way of escaping that. You do have plenty of headroom, which is quite surprising, but I suppose that's probably the downfall in this car, because it does flap around like a jelly on a plate. Anybody who's thinking about buying one of these cars is going to buy one because they want one. But please do not get too excited about this vehicle. It is not a good vehicle. In my mind, it's a death trap, and driving this in the rain would be an absolute nightmare. This is not a vehicle that you're going to want to go over 50 miles an hour in, and unless you're going to be nipping up and down the back streets of a small little town or something, then really I would stay away from this car, because it is really quite an awful car. There's no polite way to put this. What positives I can find with the car I've described, but the rest is purely negative. It is an awful car. It's a budget car. It does what it says on the tin and nothing more. So please don't expect anything more from this car, because you're really not going to get it. So I'd recommend anybody to take it for a test drive if you're thinking of buying one. And what you want to look out for is crappy brakes and worn steering. And if you do buy one of these, then, well, good luck basically.